All right, welcome to Black Angus Review. Started a couple minutes late because I was having a good old gay time with a couple comic skate friends, Man of Sex, well known, and the gays community, Red Gays. And we're joined with Rookie Critic at the moment as well. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Was that your DJD impression?
Oh, no, that was just it was kind of a retarded person.
Red Gays, can you give us a DJD impersonation?
Oh, wow, that's really put me on the spot. I can give you a Man of Sex impersonation.
Oh, I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm gonna meme your back hole, man.
That sounds like Gail.
Okay, so I suck at impersonation. That does not, however, mean that Man of Sex will not meme your back hole.
Oh, I only meme for good. You saw the oath.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
Put
never
the memes
meme
on the
fans.
ground.
And step away.
And you know to use a dick with appropriate force.
Wouldn't appropriate be constituted by the level of consent?
Only in Colorado.
Ah, gotcha.
What the fuck? Oh, this is very annoying.
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
My pictures. I'm trying to save pictures for a topic in a minute. And it keeps saving them as just like blank files. And I don't know why, because I've done this before. But just beside the point. Rookie Critic, it's been a minute since you've been on. And you got stuff in the works coming soon. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, before I do you hear a fan in my background or anything?
Oh my God! Quit trying to be Cecil. You're not Cecil.
So, all right, no, you don't. Okay, yeah. Well, I am the Rookie Critic, and I stopped posting videos for a little while I'm working on a project called The Rookie's Quest and Game of Tomatoes little trilogies. And I'm going to be releasing those on August 9th, and then the 2 following Fridays after that. It's got over 70 YouTubers in there by now, I'd say, as cameos and as characters. So it's going to be one hell of a show. Let's just say that.
Very nice. Can you tell us some interesting cameos, performances, what have you, that will be in this?
Well, there's some still on the way, but for some more known ones that I have now, I've got John Talks, Josiah Rises, Odin's Movie Blog, Just a Milestone, and quite a few more yourself. I got, Mary Mayhem, those 2 bald guys, Anomaly Inc., Drunk, Aguinas is working on something, Jolly. Got lots of people, lots and lots of people. Tom from Midnight's Edge and Rob, Bandit Incorporated, lots of people. EBS even, I got him to do one yesterday during his live stream.
Oh, wow.
Instead of sending him a message for one, I just sent another super chat one, and I was like, hey, can I record this for a skit? He's like, okay. And he's going to voice an NPC.
That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah.
That is a non-penis character for everyone out there.
Yep, thanks for clarifying.
Wait, let me see this. You said penis, and my ears perk up.
That's not all that perks up.
Oh.
You got me. So yeah, I got Red Gays and Man of Sex, fellow war campaigners, fellow takers of back holes, centurions, in service of Caesar. Tell us what's going on in Comicsgate right now, because a lot of people that follow me are still just Fandom menace. So yeah, but it all pertains to our Lord Caesar and his dealings and whatnot, and our our campaign on the Twitterverse.
Well, Doug found the Legion of Doom this week with all the rejects of Comicsgate, such as Nasser, Nerkish, which I have now made the term casually Nerkish, which is kind of like casually racist.
Thump there.
Is who there?
Was Thump the rabbit guy?
No, Thump. Yeah, of course Thump was there. Finger smelling of bunny hole as usual. The whole gang. And I think they had less viewers than Cecil just talking about what he was drinking that night on the same time. Yeah, they're all there. Doug has fully siphoned off everybody. He has blocked Caesar, and he's his own man now. He's his own Comicsgate, whatever that is, but not Comicsgate because he can't deal with Comicsgate with Earthworm Jim. So
he got a lot of money from people that backed him and just said screw you guys and left.
Yeah, he basically just used this as a stepping stone. Hence the term tapeworm to Napple. And
I thought sperm worm Doug.
Yeah, sperm worm. Yeah, he's sperm worm, and I also call him Face Hug Doug. I've also called him Slender Man.
Oh, very clever.
That's a good one.
And you gotta come up with 5 more by tonight.
Yes.
How about Slander Man?
Yeah, Slender Man. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Well, did you see that video with he and his cabana boy? I think it's called Nerkish Returns.
Oh my god! I watched about 2 minutes of that, and that's all I could take.
It was nauseating. He was making out with a dog. He was making out with a cabana boy.
Yeah, there were hands on legs and everything.
I've never seen a worm get so much action at once.
Angus is going to go watch it now just to get turned on.
You said where was this at?
It's called Nerkish Returns.
Is that on Dirtworm Doug's channel?
Oh, of course, the Doug Show.
Yeah, I'm not giving him
I was
any ad revenue, any watch time.
Yeah, I was very tempted to buy Bigfoot Bill, but I'm glad I didn't. Hearing all the stuff that with refunding everybody and not fulfilling, that sounds so annoying.
Oh god, yeah, it's awful because it's a damn good book. Bigfoot Bill. I was like, wow, I did a video just quickly like, hey, I got this, and I was surprised, and I did in-depth review. I had one complaint, and that was minor. It's just like set up for a character, because I'm like, you already give away his like complete personality and his trope and stuff. You didn't let it progress where it's like you kind of trick us with his plight in life.
Correct.
It's the
from Jim.
No, not that. It's the security guy, the one that is his buddy. That was my complaint. I watched Professor Geek. He pointed out some stuff. I'm like, yeah, I can see that, but yeah, I wasn't bothered. I think Professor Geek's a bit too stringent. So yeah, I don't enjoy a lot of his content because it's like, dude, you got to expand somewhere. Like Stan Lee years ago, it's like, you got to try stuff. It might not work, but you got to try stuff. So yeah. Red Gaze. Let's get your take on this Dirtworm Doug and
Might just say one thing real quick.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'd say Doug to Napple does the best Tim Burton ripoff books I've ever seen.
Really? I have no idea about that.
Go ahead, Red.
I think he's just referring to the hair. I didn't see Johnny Depp in any of Dirtworm's material, though.
No, not yet. Well, he still has Amber Heard's shit on his bed and chest.
Wait. For Gaze continues. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but or if you saw this in chat, but Cider Hype says non-penis characters are my favorite.
Yeah.
A lot of Hell Caesars, hailing. There's lots of hailing in the chat. There's the Senate says, "Sup, bigots? Hey, just doing my weekly stream with fellow bigots as usual."
I'm a Bogazio and a Frigrito.
Got buddy Kermit the Log in the house. We got the Biden touching my chat. Hello. Don't touch too hard. North American. I know I'm going to fuck this up. Ham Rammer. That makes me think of all sorts of things. He's new to Comicsgate, at least coverage, I would say. I found his channel in the chat, I think of Caesar. And he's just doing quick phone videos, but discussing stuff, his take. And I'm liking it so far. You know what? If you're on Twitter, dude, hit me up. We'll get you on here. Because normally I don't talk a lot of Comicsgate besides like one thing, but full of Comicsgate people. Even Rookie Critic is Comicsgate gay, although he's a bit closeted with it. But I know.
Yeah. Indeed.
Rookie, did you see my scan of your digital portfolio?
No.
Wait,
was that with the red wig that you put on there?
No, I broke it down for my Gaylord. He'd asked me to do a digital scan of your portfolio. I said, dick size, 2 lightsabers packs. Blood type, vanilla orange Coke. Favorite color, millennial pink.
It's a very interesting synopsis.
And if I'm not
Yeah, I saw
mistaken, that was
Yeah,
the
go on.
request that got the Gaylord booted from Twitter, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Or violence.
For harassment.
Is that who did?
Row.
It got row banned.
And fucking to Naples, like,
Wait, really?
Rogo, bye-bye.
Yes.
That was such a
Yeah,
nothing
with his little
thing.
gay or mafioso pick.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear the clip from Caesar?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Your toxic masculinity count is too high. Join us. Come and praise the beautiful Brie Larson, my guy. How was that? Pretty good? Cut in.
Yeah.
He sounded kind of like, all right, now leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, well, he was doing. I did it. I can never catch him like on a good type of time where I'm like, what's a good time to live stream or to like send a super chat? There's always some drama going on, or he's promoting something, and it was like right before he was going to switch into the Dub Snape or the Umbrella Guy thing, and I sent him a $10 one. So did that real quick, and yeah, boom.
Oh, cider hype. By the way, that picture you have right now is why everyone thought you were a woman in a trap. I'll just let that.
Yeah, that was a common belief.
If you want more, if you want a better material to meme me, just watch any of my skit videos. You'll probably find plenty of material.
Oh, definitely.
Nothing
Oh
wrong
yeah,
with
there's a ton in there.
Nothing wrong with traps, my friend. I do not discriminate. All holes in the end are fleshy and pink and in need of taking.
They take you from one end of the universe to the next.
So red gaze. Oh, wait. You brought up the meme. Sorry, really quick before we get to red gaze. Sorry, the delay. You were you're talking about that meme with Rookie and myself, Ghost Doggy. I loved it. It was funny. It was just like, because we just did the War Council, and because Mad Max is all about warcotting hard. He's very adamant about boycotting Disney, and I love it. Love his tenacity. So the WC was just coincidental. I wasn't even thinking of that, and then I saw it. I'm like, oh no, I got Caesar's got his beef and stuff, and it's like, oh no, I'm stuck in the middle. I'm war campaign, but I'm collective. This is happening. What is? Oh no, that was what's going in my head. Especially in text, you can't read sarcasm unless you have that relationship long term of like, I get what, I see what you did.
He said, change or you'll be reborn. That, to me, that's sarcasm. Like, okay.
Well, in the war campaign, it's all about taking back holes. I'm like, no, you don't need to take my back hole.
That was really funny, though. You're like, no. He's friendly. He's friendly. Do not shoot.
She's fire.
Yeah. It was just a misunderstanding of sarcasm. No, it was funny. It was all good fun. I was enjoying it before him, but I could see the other people were not, Flip, Mad Max, they were not inferring the sarcasm either, And so I'm just like, I got to just de-escalate this, That was the thing. So now that we're caught up, red gaze, what's your take with, the Dirtworm Doug and Mike Miller stuff, like we were talking about right before we started?
All right. Well, if we're going to get down and dirty, like Doug's hands, yeah, Doug's just a snake in the grass, obviously used EVS and us just to get ahead and get out and get his dirty little hands on his old property. And now he's living large, and curses be upon him. Mike Miller is a whiny bitch. He blocked me for a GIF agreeing with Joe Froggo that he's a dick, who he also blocked. And now I feel a little left out because Moss was really going at him today. And I'm like, shit, I can't see any of this idiot's responses. And I just know they're like super retarded. And, Moss was kind enough to share some of them with us in the chat, but yeah, it's just upsetting. I'm not upset that he blocked me. I'm upset that I can't see the whole thing unfold properly.
You can't see the retardation. You can't see the prime example of Bitcoin investorship.
The short bus mind, if you will. Yes.
Investorship. You mean?
Yeah, and I mean, it really pisses me off because people like Mike especially, he would be absolutely nowhere had he not attached his tendrils to EVS. And I don't know what it is with these guys. They get a little bit of money and they think all of a sudden they think they're the shit and they did it all on their own when they're going to find out differently because they most of their fans are just EVS fans that are trying to be kind to his retarded friends.
Yeah. No, it's funny. So to tie this in, I thought of doing a kind of I don't have meme capabilities as of yet, so I drop ideas and kind of like templates or template ideas.
You're not meme Islamic?
I'm meme Islamic adjacent, I guess, at the moment, because I don't have the capabilities. I don't have the know-how to
meme Fidel.
I don't want to throw my hat in the ring and just put out such shit quality compared to Man of Sex and Roe and everyone else.
He's trying to be bilingual.
Yeah, and so it was funny. I'm aware of this. My wife, she's totally out of loop with the war campaign. Besides to say, we're all about the gay. That's all she really knows. And Phantom Menace, she doesn't give a fuck. She wants to just be a Disney princess and all that. So it's like, cool, whatever. Just don't talk about it, But I'm aware it's in my head. I'm thinking, can't we get home, see what else is going on in the Twitterverse, war campaign, all that. But we're driving in the country with the kids in the back. I'm holding my daughter's hand in her car seat. It's kind of nice. So I'm being DJ on the phone, and I'm like, I want some Hall & Oates. And what gets suggested? I can't go for that. And so through my head, I'm thinking of these clips, like a meme footage, or show all this stuff. It's really good as the verse goes on. You get the chorus, I can't go for that Doug TenNapel, can't go for that Mike Miller, so that might be something in the works if it's not copyright blocked.
Yeah.
That's all I got. But,
cool. Cool, man.
Fun idea. I thought it'd be like, hey, that'd be really fun. Have a funny music video dissing Doug. But fuck me then,
It's gotta to make a meme it's kind of like taking a shit. It kind of has to just come out of your body, and once it's out and it's out there and everyone's looking at it, you're relieved. And you say, everyone, come here, look at my shit. It's so big.
It just takes on its own form, and then you marvel at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, all right, let me check out the chat now. We got Cyborg Valkyrie, Hell Valkyrie. We have, see, Trey Courtney says, just got back from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Amazing film. Yeah, no, it looks really good. Didn't expect, I'm assuming, just from the casting and the characters, I assume it's about the Manson murders or leading up to it, like coincidence or whatever. Looks cool. I've always wanted to see DiCaprio and Brad Pitt team up. Don't know if they have before. Inform me if they have, but always wanted that. Yeah. So we got Brian the Observer asking, Moss, is Black Angus meme Islamic? Yeah, I think I am.
I'd say you are, brother.
You see, the Senate says, I only know about Confiscate What's War campaign. I only heard of them because of them and Jeremy had beef. Yeah, that whole ordeal was odd, to say the least. Because there's just one person that had, hey, why are you showing this guy? He's a dirt worm to your boy Caesar in the High Council. And he's like, oh, fuck you, try and tell me what to share. And then it's just back and forth, and it just blew up. And so there's a lot of Geeks and Garglers memes that, regardless of the Fandom Menace fandom I have, especially of the, oh my God, my kids just got here. Gaze, carry on for a minute. I'll be right back.
With the Jeremy situation?
Yeah, you want me to explain that a bit more? Because I was pretty involved with that.
Yeah, sure.
So essentially what it was is someone from War Campaign was saying just Dirtworm Doug, or Doug's a dirty liar, or whatever, on basically anything with Doug. And I think they still continue to do that now. I actually don't know this person in War Campaign. I haven't talked to them that much, but they have the War Campaign symbol, and it's this. And essentially what was said was, hey, Jeremy, watch out for this guy. He fucked us. He might fuck you. And I think it was taken the wrong way as like, oh, don't post that. Why are you supporting this guy? why don't you support someone who's better? And I think basically it was just a misfire. And basically memes had to be made after that.
Basically just a heads up so he doesn't get stabbed in the back, but then took it the wrong way and then blew up on everything.
Yeah, he took it in a way as we were telling him what to do, which no one in War Campaign does that. Even to each other will be like, I suggest I wouldn't even talk to that person or yada yada. But no one ever tells anyone what to do. It's bullshit. We don't believe in policing ideas. So there was that. So that's pretty much what happened. I just saw it as a misunderstanding, but it was still fun to meme.
All right, I'm back, guys.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a misunderstanding, and I think there's a number of egos just completely out of control. Jeremy among them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I would like to get more detail on, because I've been kind of out of the loop with the High Council, and I haven't been in situations at work that permit me to just sit in one place and have a phone in my helmet and listening to myself. So I haven't been able to catch up, given that, I go to sleep at like 10. Yeah, I wish I could add more myself on that topic. Ricky, did you add anything, or do you have any perception on this?
I don't think there's much to add, but I mean, as a fandom menace, and I am Comicsgate in a way. I like the ideals and whatnot, but it's like I think a lot of people overreact with War Campaign, like just ever since its conception, from what I could tell. You guys are just kind of trying to be funny, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, how dare you say these things or do this thing?" And you just kind of poke fun at them for complaining about it, and then say like, oh, "You people are just so bad," and it's like.
Whoa, you people, meme-Islamic people.
Meme-Islamic people,
yeah. We're a protected class.
When people do things I don't like, I either ignore them or something like that.
You know, it's Ramadan. Our holy scriptures is Photoshop for dummies, by the way.
Oh, cool. I'm not going to read it, but okay.
By the way, I think it's awfully interesting that a lot of these people, not too long ago, were slamming Brie Larson because of the whole unicorn store crap or whatever, and she took up for Netflix because this guy, just nobody happened to mention that Brie Larson shouldn't be on Netflix because she sucks as a director, blah blah blah. She slammed him.
Yeah. He said, like, you should respect the craft like Jonah Hill has, taking mentorship, tutorship before you get behind the camera and direct something. Don't direct garbage.
Yeah, she slammed him, Netflix slammed him, and then all the people, well, not all of them, but a lot of the people who are blowing up on little nobodies now were giving her all kinds of shit for doing the exact same thing. So check yourself.
Yeah, gender check, perhaps.
Oh. I represent that audience.
Cider Hype, he says, what a world. A guy can't celebrate his female characters without people fantasizing about him being a trap. God damn. If anything, Cider Hype, I would maintain that illusion.
Yeah,
if it's just
like David Bowie.
Maintain that, build that aura where it's like, there's going to be a lot of closeted kind of bi-curious guys that just, go hetero only in public. But, they're thinking like, this trap stuff isn't quite so bad. It's interesting. They're not all as, Comicsgate gay like myself and open about my love of sexy traps. And, you'll get them, you'll get the Japanese, the Fuda crowd, you get just all sorts of attention, good PR and stuff. And, then later on you can reveal like, yeah, I'm just some fat 400-pound slob behind the camera or whatever the case is.
Give Black Angus a hand for his diverse boners.
Yeah, he definitely needs a hand. He might need two.
We'll be talking boners momentarily. Don't you worry.
Oh.
So we got Simon Sim Potier. Oh, I said that right. I always fuck up his last name. It says hail at Black Angus Reviews at Red Gaze. No Moss, no Ricky Critic though. So I guess you know where you stand with Sim. Brian asks Red Gaze if he is meme-Islamic.
Oh, absolutely. Peace be upon you, brother.
Gaze. Cyborg, where'd he go? She says, Jizz Fidel. So I guess that is the identifier for, apostates.
Clear something up real quick, too. Meme-Islamic is the first DLC religion It's just an add-on on top of your consisting religion. It's not really a full religion in itself. Just to clear that. So you can be Christian and mean Islamic, or Muslim and mean Islamic. It doesn't matter. We accept everybody.
We got Kami Mark says, who is the High Council? Well, the High Council is, well, it was.
You're looking at him.
Was including Jeremy and of course Jeff Bullshitters and Caesar himself, Ethan Van Skyver, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. For whatever reason, Jeremy has vacated his slot. It's still kind of rotating, perhaps him on the council, but yeah, he's not like a set in stone member anymore, I guess. But yeah, check him out every Tuesday. They rotate channels, so sub to World Class Bullshitters and Comic Artist for Secrets, and stay tuned 9 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. Terry says Jeremy was going to bury us, but instead he got memed with dicks.
Buried in dicks.
that was funny. I really loved all of that. All right, real quick, guys, let's say goodnight to my little princess.
All right,
Hello there.
Why don't we take this moment to say hello to General Zod?
What's up, everybody? I'm a little bit late. I had a student get injured today, so.
Why'd you punch him?
Well, you know, they weren't getting it down, so a roundhouse kick just wasn't going to do it to the head. I had to go a little bit more extreme.
To the other head.
Johnny Cage split punches.
Yep. Sometimes.
Get Black Panther, he'll keep you safe, okay? So you don't have
Oh, you hear that? Do you hear that? You hear that propaganda going on back there?
Yeah,
Black
I know.
Angus
Come on.
propping up Black
will
Panther.
keep you safe. Yeah.
I noticed I didn't hear General Zod. I'm a little sad about that.
No.
General Zod.
I got a bunch of toys in my office that I found at clearance and stuff at like Target, Meijer, and whatnot that I flipped.
Clearance
and,
Black Panther will keep you safe.
Well, yeah, it was the Black Panther. It's like the 12-inch where he rotates. And he
12
does,
inch.
like,
Whoa.
he does the little claw sound, and you can press the button in his chest. He says a couple phrases. Totally not Black Panther's voice, though. I mean, Black Panther looks cool. I just really fucking hate the movie, and it's SJW.
Oh, don't try to
all
spin it now, buddy. We heard you back
Yeah,
there
yeah.
pushing representation.
Yeah, my son, who's 4 and afraid of fucking spiders randomly at night, he'll just wake up like, spider! I'm like, there's nothing in here, dude. Like, I try to give him Spider-Man. Like, hey, he'll keep the spiders away. They're his friends, I've tried all sorts of ways. Maybe, mature, because he loves PJ Masks. Maybe a mature version of Catboy in Black Panther will make him feel fine. And I don't want to ruin, the look of the character or something with what we cover, so he's not old enough to be like, oh, boycott Disney, It's like,
Right. While you were away, we learned that General Zod beat the living hell out of one of his students today.
yeah, I saw his message like, oh, injured student, I just wrecked his ass,
I did say duck. Though they were sparring today, and one of my other students grabbed their leg, who was a female, and she roundhouse kicked him, and still was holding his leg and twisted it. And I was actually quite proud because I taught them that maneuver, but I didn't want them to injure someone else doing it. So I had to have a talk about not going crazy when you're training.
Did you say, calm down, lady? The future is not actually female.
It's kind of funny with all this female representation bullshit. I'm here to tell you, I have seen female sparrers that are like totally just as crazy, if not more crazy than males. So the fact that when I hear this nonsense, like females aren't being represented and males are oppressing them, I go into my gym and see if they feel oppressed.
Crazy stuff. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on the chat before we get into more stuff. So we got Biden exposed, says Ramadana. Kami Mark says meme Islamophobia. Nice one. Cyborg Valkyrie, she tells me, stop telling Cider to steal my audience. Well, competition breeds, the best out of both. We'll see who stands in the fight of trap representation.
Breeder.
Yeah. Ryan Magus says, "Hail Moss, Red Gaze, and Black Angus." Again, no love for Rookie Critic. Is it because he's white and he's not meme-Islamic?
Because he's green.
It's because he's muted and doesn't want to join the conversation.
What about my white privilege?
Yeah, and of course Zod is in here. The Senate says, "Fuck you, bitch," to Zod. That's funny.
Tell him I love you, Senate. Thank you. I'm glad you follow me.
Are you at the theater now, Zod?
What's that?
Are you at the theater now? Is that what's up?
No, actually, I'm outside of my school, getting eventually to go to the theater because Lion King sucks. So.
Yeah. Okay. So really quick, we were talking about dicks a moment ago. So let me pull up this.
I know that may surprise some of you, but yes.
Yeah. So let me pull up this photo album, and we'll go through, and I'll kind of lead you on this journey. And I think this person's really doing good stuff. So let me present, and then we'll discuss. And it's actually 2 sets of photos, but it's all in one to help them just to flow consistently. Let me present. Where'd it go?
Rookie, is that George Bush mixed with Jeremy?
No, I contorted Jeremy's face to look like that.
Or it's like,
am I Islamic? You could say so.
All right.
It looks like Arnold Palmer too. I would say you're meme-Islamic for sure.
Let me go to my Hangouts. Present to everyone. All right. All right. So this is
Hangouts link. There we go.
All right. So this is Razor Candy. She's a model I really like. All right. So this is kind of a good, this is kind of different for her. She usually just has dark hair, and so she's really goth, and stuff, but she's got kind of all American look here. Not a fan of the skirt. It looks kind of white trashy, but everything else is great. The red, white, and blue on her. I'm loving it. All right. So
that's an excellent tattoo on the bottom there.
Like, hey boys. All right. And then you got this one. This is a normal look. And she's like, oh, hey, I just got out of bed. What's up?
I see a tuck.
You see what?
A tuck.
There's no tuck. There's no tuck. All right. And yeah. By the way, I'll show you all the picture later of the tattoo. I have it half done. I have all the black done. I just need the inking, the color done. But she was the model for this Menton 3 piece of art. So yeah, I got this photo. All right. Then you got this one. She's very good at almost being overly risque with the nipples, but nipples are not exposed on Twitter with her because she's got Patreon to make money, so you see the nipples. All right, and I like this. She's just oh hey, all right, and then this one's like, yeah, I got a very small bikini and bullets. I'm armed. Okay.
I got a question, Angus.
Yes.
Why is it women can do this with their nips, but I can't just cover the tip of my dick and show a little neck?
Just don't show the pee hole.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't I do that?
I don't know. We should look into this. You know what? That's what you should do. You should. You know how like a lot of Japanese porn are like, oh, this looks good. And then it's like, what? It's just everything's fucking blurred out with the little scrambled boxes. Perhaps you should do that. If anyone in Colorado, if anyone's in Colorado, perhaps is seeing dick memes, just put the censored version with like the little box on the penis hole of the dildos and stuff, and then you'll get away with it.
I'll blur it based on time zones and locale.
make like a little 4-part photo album, like on Twitter, where you share 4 photos at a time, and it's like, this is the uncensored. This is here. This is for the Colorado area. All right. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't the male equivalent be like you could like show the happy trail leading all the way down and then just kind of stop?
That's boring, dude.
And then like have a bikini.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or banana hammocks.
Banana hammock. There you go.
All right. So yeah, we got this one. All right. Damn it, I don't know why I say that twice. Okay. But then you got this one. It's like very reminiscent like Lady Alchemy with these pasties. Yeah, I'm really loving it. And she just, yeah, you see my
You
pasties.
can make dick pasties now.
Dick pasties. All right. I'm not sure. I think this is the next one. All right. So this is where I really want to talk. All right. So before anyone, if this is too much, then you definitely want to leave before you see this. Right. So I'm giving you 5 very long seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. All right, so this one you see, I'm proud of her. She's not just being a thought. She's not just, like, hey, buy my photos of me scantily clad or naked. This one, she's promoting a healthy lifestyle, eating your apples and your eggplants. And I saw some turn. I'm like, wow, I really appreciate you promoting this healthy living. And you can find out more about healthy living at her OnlyFans link. And yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. What are your thoughts, Moss?
It's got a good eggplant there. We got a good apple on the this line, image line. I think they're going to make the play and bring it to the Super Bowl.
What do you think, Rookie? Are you unmuted?
What the hell?
Do you not eat your fruits and vegetables?
No.
Well, Razor Cane does, and she's promoting a healthy lifestyle, and I really appreciate it. I think more models should be as well. What about you, Red Gaze? What are your thoughts?
I'm not a huge fan of eggplant. I like it fried, but yeah, that might upset this dude. Yeah, apples are pretty good, but melons are definitely where it's at. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Zod, your thoughts?
I was never a fan of eggplant until today.
Oh, wow.
Now I may have to reevaluate, and I think that this is some good work she's doing. Good job.
Yeah, there's not enough people, trying to use their modeling career to support the, mom and pop farmers still here in America growing eggplants and apples for the common people. So I just want to share that. All right. So next thing I want to show.
I'd love to show.
Yeah. Next thing. All right. So we got John Talks here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see his face. You see this kind of graying hair. It's kind of, he photoshopped this odd coloring and stuff. All right. And this is him with his, Star Wars behind him. And his head's at an angle. He seems kind of like, yeah, I'm John Talks, and I talk Star Wars. Okay. Now, look at this guy. See, his head's tilted. All right. Kind of almost the same. My wife's watching Big Bang, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, it's the other dude. Yeah.
John Talks, am I crazy? Do you see?
The forehead, yeah, but the rest, no.
I don't know, dude. I think he's got a very similar face.
If anything, they're brothers.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not saying it's the same guy, but
The kid of both came from the same sperm donor clinic, so
yeah. And there's him taking a call. We've seen John with his phone. I don't know. Just saying. But yeah, that was show and tell. Let's see what the see what the chat's up to with this now.
Wait, you have yours? That's kidding.
Let me see.
Wait, John Talks wasn't actually the dude in the eggplant pic, was he?
I'd be so pissed. Like, dude, you've been with Razor Candy this whole time. Like, what? Why have you not had her on streams? Like,
I would then say, show me the guy from Big Bane's dick against John Talks' dick. And, yeah, they kind of look like each other.
So, Cyborg Valkyrie says, 12-inch Black Panther, huh? Yeah, they sell those. Veiny and girthy.
Black Panther will protect you.
Let me see. The sentence says he rotates and claws sound raunchy, very hot. Uh, Nico Blue Starwoke says General Zod kneeling. Interesting. I don't know the context.
That would never
Kneel
happen,
before Zod.
Starwoke, but thank you.
Oh. Let me see what else we got here. Who's dinging? Is that you, Zod?
Yes, that would be me.
Stony McInternet Douche says, speaking of dicks, I have arrived. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Joe Froggo says, I love you, muted critic. Model.
Sweet. Appreciate the love.
Brian the Observer says, those panties are too tight. She may pass out. Let's see. I think something else might make her pass out. Senate says, where's the naked one? Soy-based Jeremy says, America. Wookie Lives Matter says, what's up, Nerf herders? Jeff the Iron Wolf is joining, says, sup, Angus and crew. Not much. Is that John Talks? Funny. Oh, yeah, Zadrage's Nation is tuning in from El Salvador. Well, hell, friend. You and Drunk are doing some great stuff. Go check out both their channels after this stream. They're doing good work for charity and stuff. The orphanage at the moment. It's a lot of, most, if not all, of the funding Drunk gets on YouTube goes towards, as well as Patreon. But yeah, so something interesting I saw. I think it's from Orwell and Good. I thought it was just like a fake, Photoshop article, but it seems real. I don't know if it's a real website or if it's a parody, but it's called NPC Daily. And the article says, you can now volunteer to serve prison time in place of a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
A group in Atlanta is partnering with prisons to replace persons of colors who are incarcerated with white volunteers, and it's a picture of like kids handcuffed on a fucking prison bus, and like all like smiles. After years of writing in and petitioning, a group in Atlanta, Georgia, has finally made some progress toward their goal to replace all people of color in prisons with white people. It hasn't been an easy
Go on.
It hasn't been an easy road, and many times the group known as End Black Imprisonment has been arrested themselves for their acts of defiance. However, it was during that time that they realized a compromise could be made. This no longer radical idea was presented to the courts by the group's lawyer, and after several days of deliberation, the judge agreed that it would be doable. It would be a work release program, said that the prison wouldn't be losing an individual fit to continue that prisoner's labor. The group began drafting willing white members of the community to help begin the exchange process. The first few white people to be exchanged were admitted to the prison, followed by the group and a photographer. As they entered, they saw 3 black prisoners standing in the processing area with their hands in cuffs. They were shown the three men who would take their places uncuffed and given a satchel which contained their personal effects, some cash, and the addresses to the home of the person they were exchanging. Wow. Releasing prisoners, you don't know what the fuck they're in there for. And it's like, yeah, here's some money, and here's my address of, I'm taking your spot. Just go.
Yeah, my wife's at home. Just go ahead. Yeah.
It sounds like Chappelle Show shit, like with the
I was about to say, is this a skit? This sounds like a skit, man.
Yeah.
No, there's a picture of a cop arresting a white person. She's like smiling about it.
Not the Onions.
Yeah, again, I don't know if it's NPC Daily is a parody, so let me go to their homepage and see.
I gotta be honest with you. I hope this is real because honestly, my favorite show is Oz, and I've always wondered what it would be like to be in Oz. So I think I'm just gonna sign up for this. This sounds great.
There's an article here on the homepage. It says, "What do I do if I'm allergic to soy? Can I still be woke?"
This can't be real.
Yeah.
That's a compelling question.
Liberals are licking ice cream containers without purchasing to protest Trump's concentration camps. So I don't know. It seems like it might be a real site.
Do you have pictures of the people smiling being arrested?
Yeah, I'll try to post it later. Just my computer's slow. At worst, I'll share the link actually, I'll share the link on Twitter right now. Maybe one of y'all can present while I'm dealing with other stuff because I got another article Let me see. Inside Edition also reporting on this. 7 innocent people volunteer to serve 60 days in prison. So yeah, it seems like a real thing.
They should
I
serve for gingers in jail. That has a way better catch anyway. Gingers in jail.
Yep.
wait,
That sounds like a porno.
Let me see. What's the other thing? Nice. Let me find the photo and I'll go to this site. Where'd it go? It was ridiculous. So this article says Scar should be gayer. Moss, what are your thoughts about this? The Lion King.
As Scar should be gayer. Well, really looking at the film, it's not even. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm already seeing that it looks really gay. So,
not in a good way.
Not in a good way, like a bad gay. They don't have Elton John singing the entire soundtrack, so I'm already very upset about that.
Yeah, Red Gaze, your thoughts on this?
On the Lion King? Yeah, I haven't seen it either, and I'm not going to. I haven't seen anything that impressed me. But yeah, I mean, Scar's kind of gay, so I feel like they should uphold that if they're going to redo it.
Rookie critic.
Well, it was already gay before. I mean, they had Matthew Broderick, so not to be gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I'm not a big Broderick fan, and I watch Lion King now. I'm like,
I like Ferris Bueller. That's pretty much it.
Well, no, it's like just think of this: the casting. It's like, dude, we got fucking Darth Vader to be the voice of this, one of the most majestic, well-beloved animals on Earth. The father of this story in this Hamlet adaptation, essentially in the Lion King. And who's going to play his son?
The guy that says that's a lot of fish.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick. That'll make perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hear his bitch voice in the Lion King. It's like, this takes he did okay, and they drew it well with his voice. But I'm just like, it's Matthew Broderick.
But hold on. As for Scar, like, what would they do to make him even more gay? Like, just take a bunch of dick all at once? What? It's still a movie, and that's just kind of weird. I mean, there could be a bunch of gay people in the movie, but they all have to be just doing gay shit every second to ensure the audience that it's gay enough. Like,
yeah, will his scar be like a prolapsed anus to prove that he's gay?
What's his scar?
Is it prolapsed anus now?
He's anally scarred.
So wait, I missed something here in between, like getting a delicious energy drink so that speaking of Lion King, I can survive through that fucking hell that is that movie. Because in the theater we've got a lot of traffic for it for some fucking unknown reason. What's going on with the Lion King now?
What you missed is Matthew Broderick takes a lot of dick and Scar's not gay enough.
Yeah, Scar's not gay enough.
Yeah, the Vulture. So this is from.
Wait, who's saying this?
Yeah, let me read this. There's an article from The Vulture by Jackson McHenry. Says Scar should be gayer. If there's a moment when my vague miasmatic disappointment in the uncanny, quote-unquote, realistic nature documentary-like universe of Disney's CGI remake of The Lion King solidified into antipathy. This is only half the sentence. It came between the parenthesis on the film soundtrack in the song titled Be Prepared 2019. All right, that's the end of the sentence. In the original movie, Jeremy Irons plays Scar's villain song like he's leading a dance party in hell with full-on sulfur and camp. By contrast, the 2019 version performed by that black guy in Doctor Strange. I don't know.
It's funny too how that dance that he's talking about is where the hyenas march like Hitler.
Yeah,
stuff, like Nazis. So that's kind of funny that he wants.
Wait! The Nazis should be gayer, so we're more represented. Like,
these people piss me off because, for one, The Lion King is like probably my favorite Disney film. Yeah, it's like my number one favorite Disney film. When I'm talking about original Disney films, and then I know it's odd, but I have Mulan, but martial arts instructor. So Mulan's my number two. And So like, I love that. And when I watched that as a kid and then recently as an adult with my child, I didn't go, wow, this has a lot of gay undertones. It's a fucking kid's cartoon. I mean, I would have pulled more that, wow, that's kind of Nazi-ish the way that they're walking. Yes, I could see that. But like, more of an army sense. But I didn't get like they were gay. And you know what? Of all the things to critique about this new film, of everything you can pull, like, I don't know, the coloring is crap. The voice acting is terrible. Their words don't, or their lips don't move with the words. Out of everything you could pick out, you put, as a professional, and I'm doing air quotes, you put it's not gay enough.
No, Scar is not gay enough, specifically.
Scar's not gay. How are these people getting hired? Are they throwing a stone and just picking someone off the street and going, he looks like he can write? Like,
yeah. So
wow.
my critique is that a lot of 80s, 90s Disney character villains fit in the, kind of subtly gay, or it's like subtly obvious, because like from what I gather, thinking about it, it's like, I don't think Scar ever actually tried to
Subtly obvious.
they need to drop the subtleties and just let it all out.
Yeah, it's weird trying to like.
There needs to be a scene where Scar talks about how gay he is before he tries to kill Simba's dad,
Yeah, see, okay, I was talking to my coworker about this. I'm like, this is why the LGBT movement gets slopped in with pedophiles. Not only with pedophiles trying to get in to the movement or whatever, get the P added to the acronym. But there's like this stereotype, this fear that gays are pedophiles, whatever, especially men. And when this is your push, when you're like, we need it to be more explicitly gay in this cartoon made for 5-year-olds, we need to really know he's getting dicked in the ass by his fellow lions and hyenas. And it's like, what? Like, the only sex that matters in any of this, escapism or children's stuff is understanding that mommy, daddy had the lineage, had a dynasty. So that's how you get to the next character. That's all you need. And even then, that doesn't limit the characters to be hetero, but that's all you need for sex. And it's just quick, like, oh, they're together, they have a kid later. It makes it okay.
There's not enough straight representation. We need to see more titty banging and everything in every goddamn movie.
Yeah, and tie this along with the Jessica Yaniv thing, where it's like it's pushing for topless swim parties with 12 to 24-year-olds and no parents allowed. It's like, what? It's like this type of stuff gets extrapolated on the community that just wants to have equal rights, which you already do, frankly, but you can't force people to accept you. You can compel them to tolerate you at best. Yeah, like, it's weird. But going back really quick, because Sony McInternet Douche says, what I'm hearing is, in this state, you can single-handedly wipe out the communists and then hire a soy boy to take your death sentence for you. Now, I'm assuming it's not, extreme violent crimes, but they swap these people out, and maybe it's for the last 60 days, they get good behavior. It's like, okay, yeah, well, let's fight person.
What would be considered good enough to where you can send somebody that committed a crime home that's in jail? Like, what?
I don't know, but I was just thinking, though, this is the perfect way to get, like, soy boys. We should get Mark Wade.
Oh, you want more people?
Yeah, no, we should be like, hey, Mark Wade, you're so about,
you have a chance.
Minorities. How about you go to prison for 60 days for a black guy?
Hey, can we send people from the Vulture to this program?
Send Brie Larson, because she's, all about, diversity, and, you don't understand what it's like to be a black woman in film and this and that, and be a black woman critic and yada yada. It's like, hey, you're so concerned with the black community that prison plagues our community. How about you take a spot for them?
Yeah, we need more haughty white representation in prison.
Brie is
and the other black dude needs something else to bang.
No. Brie is the new black.
Yeah, Brie is the new black.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Am I the only one that just thinks that we to handle the Brie problem, we just need to get a bus that says the world is yours. And I'm not volunteering anyone to drive the bus, but I'm saying I will do it for free, and then bam,
That's what the white guy
Brie Larson problem's over.
Chuck Wendig should drive that.
Actually, I will gladly do an exchange in prison for that. Never mind.
Let me see the chat. DVJ Reviews has joined us. He says, "New Lion King is gay."
Not gay enough.
Yeah,
Not
and
gay
then
enough.
but not gay enough.
Soy Base says, "Didn't Scar have a biological son that died in childbirth?" I don't recall. Was in Lion King 2 the black-haired cub that Simba's dealing with? Was that Scar's child? I can't remember. But there's definitely, like the color scheme similarity for like the bad
In
guy.
the second one?
I don't remember the second one.
Yeah, I never watched the second one.
Very forgettable.
I believe so, but it's been a while since I've seen it.
Let's see, Stevie J says, "I got called racist in the comments of my review of Lion King." Oh, I'll have to look at that and laugh at some soy boys.
Oh yeah, on our late nights, he was reading out the comment, and they called someone from Australia racist. I found that fucking hilarious.
Well, I mean, being Australian doesn't keep you from being racist, but
they're in a mythical land. I don't think racism exists.
That's a good setup.
No, okay, I forgot you're in on the whole making fun of Lethal and be like, Australia's not even a real thing, dude. It's a fake minority. Yeah.
Australia is a fake thing. I'm gonna come out with that. Australia doesn't exist. That's my belief.
It's all conspiracy, man. It's all conspiracy. Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
The Senate says hashtag make Hitler gay again.
That's pretty much what they implied. Now, if you guys remember the dance number in the cartoon one, Scar has all the hyenas marching, to the beat in hell, like Hitler thing, like Nazis. So that's what the guy wants. Let's bring it to him. Sure, get Hitler.
We got Comics Do Nord in the chat. Hey, what's up, Chell? If any of y'all aren't aware, go on Indiegogo. Go on Indiegogo. Check out Guardians of Airloth. For only $5 minimum, you can get a digital copy once it releases. There's a lot of great perks that are cheaper than a lot of other Indiegogos. So it's, if you're kind of on the fence, like, well, this one's less expensive, at least spend the $5. The art is amazing. I can't wait to read it and see. I think it's gonna be a 4-parter. I had an interview with him a couple weeks ago, so go check out that stream and you get a lot of details about his insight and stuff with comics and everything. But yeah, thanks for joining the chat, man. Let me see. We got Man of Sex. I hate that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Ooh, Edwin Boyette is just... No, I'm joking.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Comics Do Nord says, "I'm woke, the woke bloke."
By the way, he's far too busy crying on Twitter right now to join a stream.
Poor guy. Yes. So have any of y'all seen the movie Crawl?
No, was not going to.
Yes, it's amazing. Go see it.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Looks like a regular sci-fi type of movie, so I don't know.
No, it's a horror film. It's like creature horror because gators, and it's like
Meth gators?
Not meth gators. We'll talk about meth gators. People don't know, but yeah, it's just isolated. People are isolated in the house and they're stuck in a bottom level, and there's gators in there. It was pretty good. It's pretty good atmosphere and stuff. It reminded me of something like what movie is this? It's one, Don't Breathe. It was very atmospheric like that, where it's like the director's very aware of the setting he put these people in and the creatures he had them with. He didn't make them fantastical or stupid. There's some convenience in the plot. With like, oh, of course, gators swimming that high already with the hurricane, but whatever, shit like that. But yeah, it was really well done. I was kind of let down. I expected a really great. Cause I kept hearing like, oh, really great performance by the female actress. She did good, but I was expecting like really like character development. Yeah, I definitely give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's worth your time seeing. Go on a date night if I remember watching like Net Geo. I think the best film reactions to get boners, if you will, to get turned on, is going from horror to erotica, as opposed to other genres. So horror is where it's at. That's
It's a
why
fear
horror.
boner.
Yeah, fear boners. Yeah, your blood's already pumping, and then it's like, oh, yeah, it's boobs, sweet. Yeah. What about you, Man 6? Have you seen that? Or any movies you've seen as of late in the theater?
No, I haven't gone to the theater in a really long time. I just have a better TV at home than the theater, and I actually have a sound system. But I'd say the best story I've actually seen in a while was this game called Soma by Frictional Games. Have you ever heard of Frictional Games?
No.
No.
They did Amnesia: The Dark Descent. If you've ever heard of that game before.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I
What
played
system
that.
is this on?
This is on, I think, pretty much anything. It's an indie game. It's a horror game. Anyway, so Soma is a really interesting story where you actually wake up. You go in for a brain scan because you went in a car accident and had a tumor, and your brain is basically hemorrhaging blood, and you can die at any day. And you're like, I think, 28 years old, and you go in for a brain scan, and as your brain is scanned, you instantly wake up like in this facility out of nowhere the second it's scanned. And essentially what happens was that his consciousness was uploaded into like a robot's body. And I'll just put it there. But it's really interesting stuff about consciousness, etc. Good sci-fi stuff. Kind of horror at the same time.
Interesting.
Very well-written story.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of video games, so I'm just kind of like, I think
Watch a playthrough.
I think I played Tomb Raider recently, like the original reboot on Xbox One. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not a gamer. You know, I got so many games that are still wrapped or I haven't downloaded yet to play. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to have free time. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't have fucking time. Yeah,
yeah. I was watching a playthrough.
It's hard enough watching a movie without losing sleep or having to listen over the kids or whatever. Yeah, it's just.
Black Panther will protect you.
I have to say, to answer your question, Angus, I've seen every movie out. And if you haven't seen it, everyone should go and see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because surprise, there's actually acting in it. So everyone go see that movie. I have my review coming out on it, and it is a great film. And I love Quentin Tarantino. So yeah.
Huh. What about what's Midsummer? Have you seen that?
Yes, great movie, but let me tell you, I would strongly advise that you take no drugs when you go to see that movie, because you will already feel like you're in an acid trip watching it. I'm watching it and I'm like looking around and I'm like, no, I didn't do anything that I can think of. No, this is part of the movie. If I did something and watched this, I would lose my shit. I would not be able to watch the film. It's very surreal. So
you got a lot of static.
Oh, sorry about that. My charger. Yeah, the movie has a very surreal feel, and like the ending, I'd say, because it's from the guy who made Hereditary. I'd say like I liked Hereditary, but I didn't like the ending. This one, I love this ending. Like, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm following Florence Page. She did early in the year. What was that movie? WWE movie, Fighting with My Family.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was blown away. I'm like, you had this whole Lita and Captain Marvel talk going on, and I'm like, fuck both of these. Then I watched Fighting with My Family, and I'm like, wow, I don't even like wrestling anymore since I was like 8, but this really, I kind of want to watch wrestling because of this movie. That's how much it sold me on the setting and the premise and the story. And I kept telling people like, hey, you keep talking about Captain Marvel, but you talk about, an actual story of a real woman. And I'm surprised the Mary Sue and the SJWs didn't get behind it, but I think I know why. Because it shows a very gendered binary of, men and women in the sports world. And I think that triggers them because There's no, third, fourth, 60-second option for training regimens and stuff. It's like, you're male or female, and we're going to train you like that.
Yeah, I took my daughter actually to see that movie, and it was kind of funny because she looked at me and I hadn't said anything. I normally just ask her like after we go to see a movie, I'm like, "So what'd you think?" And she goes, "I feel inspired." And
There you
she's
go.
like, "Yeah," and I was like, "This is coming from my 12-year-old daughter." So I was just saying, yeah, that movie was fantastic.
Would you say she felt empowered?
We try not to throw those words around at my house, so
Did she feel represented?
we don't. I have only one rule at my house: there is no buzzwords, or get the hell out.
Oh, you just said woke. You're camping in the backyard. Get out there.
What?
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, if my daughter came home one day and she was like, Dad, I got something to tell you. I feel a certain way and I like females. I would take that less than if she came home and goes, Dad, I got something to tell you. I saw Captain Marvel and I loved it. I think that would hit me harder than any other revelation. I feel like I don't even know you anymore.
Gaze, have you been watching anything as of late, theater or not? Anything that really piqued your interest, that made you open your eyes, so to speak? And
I have not been to the theater for a while. Yeah, I really do want to go see Crawl. I'm meth gators aside, I'm a big fan of just alligators and crocodiles in general. I love them. They're like my spirit animals. But lately, let's see. I've been watching a lot of South Park. Been watching this comics drama on Twitter.
I watched South Park too.
That's really been piquing my interest. But yeah, South Park's awesome. Actually, the episode that kept me from almost being here on time was the You Got Served episode. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the Special Olympics episode.
wait, sorry. So I got a little bit of history of South Park. I don't watch it. I don't have. Well, maybe I do. I don't know, but I always forget I have DirecTV in house because we never fucking watch it. It's just a waste of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen episodes here and there. I know a few jokes of like newer South Park. But yeah, I never grew up watching it, and trying to watch it recently, like starting from the beginning, it's like, wait, all these jokes, like I don't know what the fuck's going on because I wasn't aware of the politics in 1999, so I don't get the joke.
You learn a lot.
No, I get that. But so that's why I love Family Guy, because Family Guy, some of their jokes were like, who's that or what's that? It's a quick Google search and I get it. As opposed to like, I need to understand the politics and how the Democrats and the Republicans were and what all the, like there's a lot of stuff that is lost as the show progresses if you go back, if you're not aware at that time. Like that's why that's funny, because whatever Rush Limbaugh was talking about at the time. So that's why I'm lost. If it's not like current, I'm just like I'm not going to waste my time.
For current ones, the PC Babies one was freaking hilarious. That's their way of saying SJWs.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy listening to.
What are they crying about? Sometimes they don't know. They just cry anyway. Well, tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So in I can't remember if it was like film theory or criticizing film, or it was a film class. We had an assignment, and we had to watch the F word episode, which is the gay F word. And then we had to read a in-depth critique from a critic of the episode, and then we had to write our own based on that critique and seeing the show, and kind of being aware of giving perspective if we were a long-time viewer or if that's like the first taste of the show and stuff. So I was an assignment. It was very interesting, I try to bring that to when I make scripted videos, that kind of work and craft behind it, rough draft and all that. And so I have that background with South Park. Okay. But yeah, I like Family Guy better because, like what I just said about the Google search and stuff. And what's funny is I haven't watched Family Guy in a while, so I was watching Scene 17 on DirecTV, and there was Brian running for mayor unopposed, and all of a sudden Quagmire, because he hates Brian, runs for mayor. He's running as Quagmire, and they're kind of trying to make a truce or something. So he invites Brian on his bus, his tour bus, and Brian gets pissed, so he throws a glass of whiskey at him, but he misses, hits the bus driver in the head. The driver falls on the wheel. They're going off a cliff, and he's like, "What are you, an idiot? That guy's allergic to getting hit in the head." What? It's so stupid. It's amazing, Killed me.
I don't know. I haven't watched Family Guy in forever.
You should.
I feel like I watch enough of it and don't really see the repeat viewings of it. So
don't know how to live.
I have to agree with that, actually. I'm sorry, Mangus.
Jizz Fidels. Stream.
Just Fidels.
This is somebody who took a conversation on South Park and twisted it to Family Guy. All right.
Yeah. That's pretty disgusting.
We're dogpiling you now, Angus. That's how we operate.
No, that's funny. So we got.
I like the episode where they make fun of Family Guy and sum it up to, remember the time when we did blank? And that's the jokes. Set up some jokes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like Family Guy or South Park just doesn't do it for me that much. Like I like the premises. I know the guys are fucking super smart, even though they play their content plays off as like just idiots that just are lucky or whatever. But no, they're super smart with their stuff, and the critiques of everyone. I love. This kind of ties to the row and his whole getting grilled by all the whiny SJWs and CG that just they don't know how to be offended but not triggered, and vitriol at poor jokes, if you will, poor taste or whatever, dark humor. And it's that fine line where it's like, I really hate that thing. It's like, hey, you don't like George Carlin, don't fucking watch it, or just appreciate his other content, whatever. And I don't know. It reflects this culture we're in.
That's true.
Oh, wait, what culture? We're in a culture?
It's a very gay culture, if you haven't been paying attention.
I miss the days where like you can say stuff and not offend people. All right, so I was at the theater and I got into a lively debate, and actually the person who works with me, she knows how I am, and I was like, I talked to all the new people. Unfortunately, I don't know why I still do, but I was like, yeah, so what's your favorite movie? And they say, oh, it's The Last Jedi. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I was like, okay. So I'm quizzing them, and I'm like, okay, so what other Star Wars movies do you like? And they named like, the Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi and things like that. I was like, okay, so why in the world do you like Last Jedi? And they looked at me and they go, well, honestly, the sequel trilogies are better than the new ones. And I'm like, I just went like on an hour rant, and I'm like, I can't talk to you anymore because I don't know why you work at a theater, but you don't have any good taste in movies. So you're gonna have a tough time here. It's just like, and it was one of these young kids, and I'm just like, this is where we're heading, people. This is where we're going.
I really want to know how that conversation starts, where they try to defend how the sequels are better than the originals.
Oh, it was they tried to tell me that the parallels between what's going on now is so prevalent in the new trilogies. And I'm like, what the fuck were you watching that I wasn't watching? What are you talking about? There's no parallels. Rian Johnson threw a bunch of stuff on screen, called it Star Wars. There was no deeper meaning. There was no philosophical thought.
Evil bitch people hate the evil bitch people. Yeah. That's there you go.
I mean, you had Mary Poppins in space. What was the relevance of that scene? Nothing. This is like
what makes that scene worse is that like you could have had even Luke doing that, and that would look just as stupid. Like that type of moment didn't need to be there.
It was girl power.
Girl power.
Hey.
I just looked in the chat.
Power batch.
I just looked at the chat on Twitter for this stream, and it's funny because you got Zod saying, "Hey, I'll be there soon." Student got injured, and then Manasec's like, "Oy vey." Then John talks. You never know he's going to put. He's like, "Sorry, Angus wasn't able to make it." And then Gay's like, "Angus is showing risque pictures of you, John." And Manasec says, "I may have talked about your dick too. Sorry."
I love your new avatar, by the way, Angus. That's great.
Oh
too.
yeah, I was just scrolling
Yeah.
through Twitter and I
He-Man.
saw that, and I'm like,
Very creasy, man.
I don't even like He-Man, but
That's the one race swap I'll totally get behind.
Oh, I'm totally behind that too.
it's a man of sex. I was just curious, given
You're always curious. I know that.
given the photo that you use often from your cross dress.
Yes.
What's the backstory? Are you an actual like cross dressers? Do you just go out with your
No.
wife like a woman sometimes, or
It was actually South Park related again, so it all comes back to there. I was doing Randy Marsh's Lord.
Nice.
It was 2000.
Yeah.
I am Lord. Yeah. So I did that as the costume. I was going to a Halloween party, and I got a fat girl dress off of Amazon. Some netfish. Fishnet, sorry. That's like the new channel. Netfish.
That's one of your porn sites, Mom.
And then I got the wig, and then my wife did my makeup and put a mascara over my mustache. It was black like Randy Marsh, and I looked like Lord. And
Yeah.
I showed everybody in War Campaign, and they all want to bone me now.
I mean, you do have luscious red hair, and then you change it up with the black stash and black wig. It's
Taunting.
it's enticing.
Women hate me for my eyebrows and eyelashes.
Yeah, it makes me think.
Yeah,
of
me
that.
too, actually.
Makes me think of that country song where it's like, makes me want to take a back hole.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, even before War Campaign or any of that, I was just always kind of change it up to like back hole or something.
I say gape personally.
Yeah, I am the gatekeeper.
Gape.
You must be this wide to ride. But no,
Panther will keep you safe.
Oh my God, that's never going away.
No,
I
it's not.
hope you mean that. I hope you mean that. I look forward to whatever
You
means.
gotta open every show with that, and remember, guys, Black Panther will keep you safe.
Just change it to Black Angus. Black Angus.
Yeah,
will
Black
keep you safe.
Angus.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, speaking of back holes and gape and stuff, because I work construction,
Where's this going?
plumber, and it's funny because I talk to people, because I'm a bisexual Angus of color. That's where the the emojis are used for when I mimic Caesar, on Twitter with the black guy shrug, bullhead, rainbow. I really appreciate that he's a wizard with Twitter. All right. But yeah, I've realized I've talked to people. It's like, I'm not really into dudes. It's just kind of like let's have some fun, and then don't fucking touch me or look at me afterwards. It's like best example I can give people is like, have you seen Boondock Saints? And if so, it's like, Willem Dafoe, and he's like, I gotta go. And it's like, I'm willing to cuddle, and he's like, effing F word.
You effing effort.
And it's like, yeah, it's kind of my level of gay.
You fucking Fabrizio.
It was funny though because the few times I've like, oh, that's enticing. It's been off of feminine traits, and I think it's the same now. But there's this one guy. He's a Sparky. He's a electrician, and I haven't really talked to him anything. But it's like he's got a nice width to his hips, and I noticed this back hole, it's calling to me, brothers. And I'm just wondering if any of y'all dealt with this situation, this this longing for a forbidden back hole.
Nope.
So you're saying gay is a fetish in a sense?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I know what you mean, brother.
And it's played
back holes.
I'm vexed by the forbidden back hole.
It's kind of like when you pull that master sword out of the stone in Zelda, except for the opposite way.
Stoney, I have to remove that comment just because you never know what YouTube will twist on a creator.
Mm.
You know, yeah, I don't know if you notice when you're on YouTube, at least on your phone, and you go look at like your video comments or anyone's comments, it'll say something. Let me pull it up, read it verbatim. Scroll. It says, remember to keep comments respectful and to follow our community guidelines. And I've heard of talk where it's like YouTube might, affect you for the comments that you may or may not even see. So I've had a few times in chats or in comments, it's like, hey, I'm not going to say I don't agree with you, but I can't leave this on here, but yeah, I thank you, Stoney, for being understanding.
Forced understanding.
That ended on a gay note.
It's kind of like the old, military. We're recruiting volunteers.
How do you mean?
Where they would say, "Do we have any volunteers? Raise your hand."
Yeah. So, gays, do you want to run the chat? 'Cause there's probably a lot of people that weren't here Wednesday for the Mandy stream, which was amazing. Go check that out. It's a fun ass stream. But yeah, do you want to kind of give a synopsis to what we've been talking about, Meth Gator?
Oh, Meth Gator, yeah. It all started with some rogue news article about people fearing that flushing meth down the toilet will create meth-infused gators from hell. So Angus saw this, and Meth Gator has been in development. Basically, we're taking that fear and making it reality, taking it a step further. Radioactive meth. And so Meth Gator is pretty much just going to be a badass, I don't know, maybe man of sex if he were more manly type character, and ride around town seeking that hit and fucking up anything that gets in his way. Yeah, old ladies in wheelchairs, little boys, doesn't matter. Get the fuck out the way. He needs his meth.
Yeah, kind of. What I want to do is like. I'm not for sure his power set yet, and his motivation, of course, besides meth. But I do want to make a joke out of it, where like the Hulk in Avengers, where he's like, my secret, I'm always angry. And with Meth Gator, he's always on meth. It's part of his bloodstream. It's like he's got white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and meth particles.
My secret, I'm always horny.
we knew that secret.
But yeah, I got an idea. I think I got a good prologue mapped out in my head. I just need to figure out if I want like any kind of narrator dialogue over it, or just kind of like, boom, 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 boom. And then it's like, oh, fuck, we're here at the, Meth Gator is born. And see him about town and stuff, out in the trailer parks and elsewhere. But no, kind of tying back to Crawl, which I watched, just kind of curious, and I heard good stuff about, but also wanted inspiration, perhaps, seeing gators in action. Didn't really give me anything, but fuck, there was it wasn't. I heard people say it's gory. I'm like, not really, but there's a couple of hits the Gators took on people, and it's like, shit, that was intense. So yeah, definitely go see that. Ricky, you've been quiet. Does this get too gay for you?
What? Nope, just editing with some audio playing, so trying to not interrupt.
I think maybe just gay enough. Hand check, sir.
Show your hands.
I would just like to say, for the Meth Gators, I actually did a late night talks about that very subject.
About about my comic idea, or about the actual like Tennessee cops saying don't flush your meth?
About that article, I was laughing my ass off, and I just want to point out that this wasn't like, when we first read this article, I thought like it was a joke or the cops were pulling our legs, but they if you go on their website, they actually have a legit public service announcement where there's like, meth dealers, please don't flush your meth down the water, because it runs into, like, from Tennessee, there's this like little pool that it runs into, and I guess the alligators are there.
You gotta be careful with
And then the also the birds there go crazy. So there's meth out birds and gators.
Wait, so what else can you flush down to give them superpowers?
I guess they were sketchy on that, but I guess the meth mixed with something else, and you have a bunch of situations like Crawl. So when I saw Crawl, I realized it wasn't actually a movie; it was a documentary. So yeah, it was hilarious. And so down in Tennessee, they've actually created these drop boxes, I guess you can call them, where drug dealers can dispose of their drugs anonymously. Apparently, they're not monitored, which I call BS on, and they just drop their drugs there, and they won't put meth into the wildlife.
Want to be a responsible meth dealer, you should recycle.
This conversation is getting way too serious.
So yeah, it was hilarious. So I want to actually visit down there and go take some shots of the meth gators in the wild.
Yeah, Brad Noble asks, does meth gator have any teeth left? I'm unsure. I don't know if this is true, and I haven't looked into it, but someone was saying that gators repeatedly lose teeth like sharks. All right,
so do meth heads.
If that's the case, then if it's fits with the science, then I'll go along with that. Details like that'll piss me off if I don't dot my I's, cross my T's, not because someone will critique it or whatever, but because it'll just annoy me. It's certain things with like creature stuff, like I want it to have some semblance of like awareness of, like, no, gators don't just keep growing teeth or whatever. But the loophole, well, because they're going to be like, well, his power is meth based. Why isn't his teeth gone? Well, it's radioactive meth, so that just takes care of a whole bunch of real science shit.
Yeah. So whether gator teeth grow back or not, the meth gators does.
Yeah.
Suck it, Trebek.
Yeah. Now the meth gator will be like anthropomorphic type of character. It'll be like kind of like Killer Croc. Think something like Killer Croc. Maybe the design will be different. Well, the design will be different, but maybe not as large or whatever. I don't know if I'll make them just person sized or what. I definitely want to channel something like Ghost Rider or Lobo, something like that. I really want to pitch it as like Breaking Bad or Venom meets Breaking Bad, and I definitely have some like tip of the hats to that show. So I'm gonna be rewatching that show, getting some inspiration, meth based inspiration.
This has consumed your whole life, hasn't it?
Yeah.
North American Hamrammer asks or says Meth Gator versus Snowflame. Again, I'm gonna look into this character, Snowflame. I don't know this character. I've heard good things. But no, I was thinking, what would we do to make Ricky said, what other things could you flush down the toilet for superpowers? And I was thinking, like, oh, I got one. We need like a Captain America type character, like a defensive, a defender character, right?
Lone Star.
No, not fucking Lone Star. Garbage.
I got a question for you, Angus.
Yeah.
Animorphs, furry or not?
Well, I like furries. I like furry, art and stuff. So I don't really care. But Animorphs, no, I would say it's like X-Men. It's like that's their power set. It's not really furry, but it's not like a choice or anything.
It is a choice, though. They could go back and forth.
Well, they control the power set that I assume is imbued in them, like intrinsically. So I don't know. It's like Beast in Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. Like, is he a furry? Because now he can choose when he's a beast.
It's always that middle scene between the Animorphs that gets everybody.
But no, with I was thinking, defensive character, maybe a good guy or something. Like, what could you do to make a new superpower? And I was thinking, since we're talking about chemicals and drugs and stuff, about we have a condom factory, right? And their spermicide, it leaks into the water supply and it gets drank by X creature, or they get covered in it like Joker, or a bird in a nest, like a baby bird falls out of its nest that it put up in like the warehouse into the vat of spermicide, and poof, the spermicider is born. I don't know. It's just
What
off the
about-
top of my head.
What about the fatbergs in the sewers?
What?
The fatbergs? You know what a fatberg is? People flushing fat down the toilets and stuff like that. And it creates
Wait,
a giant fatberg.
Yeah, it's like a giant artery clog in the pipes. You have to
That's defensive. So like a creature covered in fatbergs, and it has like a shell of impenetrable force.
Ew, it sounds like the sludge monster. It's like the sludge monster from Godzilla. Can't remember what its
What
name.
about dude wipes? Flushable Pampers, wet wipes and stuff.
No. It's not gonna get that weird. I'm gonna leave it to sensible
that
stuff.
weird.
I'm gonna leave it to sensible stuff like meth. Okay. Yeah. Let's not get crazy. Snowflame powered by cocaine. Okay, yeah, I keep hearing the cocaine powered hero. So I'm looking at this so I can make sure I don't accidentally copy something. This was literally inspired by a news article, or I guess a fake news. I don't know. I've heard people say it's a fake news article, so I don't know.
Oh no, I did my research. It's a thing.
I would love to see a gator on meth. Just like go to go to the Everglades, just like bait them with like a big like roast or something, but it's like pumped full of meth and see what happens. I wonder what Man of Sex memes would be like if he was on meth.
Oh, that's a good question. I could smoke a bunch of nicotine, drink a bunch of coffee. It's pretty close, I guess.
Wait. Stony McIntroduce says anthropomorphic croc. Well, thanks for the new fetish. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm thinking because I got another comic that I've told Ricky and Gaze about that I want to do at least. I'm thinking 9 issues. That I'm going to make an alternate Earth, so it'll be like a giant furry world. Like everyone's anthropomorphic. That way, my character doesn't stick out so much. With this one, it's like he's an anomaly, so I don't care if he's in like human Earth. But I am thinking like, how would I, if I did with this scenario, how would I make more characters like him? So that has crossed my mind. Yeah, he also says we need a contraceptive-based character.
Just degenerate freak accidents, I would say, to create enemies and allies.
Yeah, I do want a like a trailer trash princess, for him to be kind of vexed by. I don't know if they'll have like a love-hate relationship, or if it's just like someone he's confides in. But there's like the chemistry, but it's like, well, I'm a woman and you're an alligator,
Meth Gator says that's the point.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out a funny like sex joke. Like once you go black, you don't go back, like something like that. But with like meth and gators. Or yeah, he could fuck like one of like the meth whores that has had like a hysterectomy, so she's got a vaginal meth mesh, and once he takes care of that,
Yeah, you don't want to get too weird.
like, oh god, meth gator,
Fat version butt wipes are woo.
Listen, Angus has a different definition of too weird than the rest of us.
No, the meth prostitute is like, oh god, meth gator, you went too hard this time. My vaginal mesh is busted. My my vagina's prolapsing. He's like, well, once you go meth, you never go meth. Or something like that.
Scene across like 40 pages of your book.
That's the whole issue.
That's like majority of the book.
Right
Is
on the
it strange
scale
that I find this stimulating conversation?
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Ooh, once you go gator, you want nothing later. Oh my god, I'm writing it down, and I'm going to credit you in the book once it's made. I'm literally writing this down. That is awesome. I was thinking later with Gator. I'm like, how do I spin that? So awesome. Appreciate that. It's funny. I tell my wife because she doesn't read comics that much or anything. She's mainly cool with the movies. And that's fine. She doesn't have time mostly to get into Harley Quinn or Wonder Woman. But I was telling him like, yeah. So like, imagine you're in a comic store. You're walking through, looking at these titles and stuff, and boom, you see Meth Gator. Like, does that not grab your attention? A fucking Gator on a Harley just like punching some old bitch, off the panel or something. She's like, that's something, all right.
Elder reviews. Real cool, man.
I should probably point out, since we started talking about Meth Gator, you went from 17 watching to 9.
Well, you know what? That's just because those viewers are discriminating against the meth community, and I'm here to advocate for them.
Well,
I'm the
probably
Chuck Wendig of the meth community.
they're probably also racist against gators. Let's be real.
Stony McInternet just says, "You sure you're not just writing a porno?" No, I'm not, but I'll get as close as possible.
Yeah, no full frontal penetration. That's just the line. Nothing about backwards penetration.
Joe Frago says, if Moss calls it weird, it's weird.
Joe Frago knows.
Yeah, see, my hope with this is to get such acclaim in comics game. People are like, wow, you gotta check out this new hit from Indiegogo, Meth Gator, and
I vomited. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was the vaginal mesh scene.
Oh, that could be part of Nick's 4-page review.
It's so specific, too. You gotta get into the details of how the vaginal mesh was placed on the woman, do a whole backstory of her hysterectomy.
That's 28 pages of the 32-page book.
128-page graphic novel, and it's mostly about vaginal meshes and radiation.
No, I would just the ridiculous idea. I would love a one-shot Cyberfrog Meth Gator. And it's the perfect duel, because you got Cyberfrog, it's birthed sort of from an alien thing, and he's an amphibian, and then you got Meth Gator, who is born of meth and a reptile. So there's a lot of beef there.
Well, EBS is doing those crossover covers. It might want to check his rate.
Let's get Wyatt from Ardana in there too.
Wyatt would want nothing to do with this, especially when he hears about the vaginal mesh.
Hey, where I can promise you my IP, Black Angus? Tit Dragon Little Feet.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what?
Tit Dragon Little Feet.
That would be a hell of a
popular Netflix series written between Wyatt and I.
I am not. I've seen a few photos, but I don't understand. I know this is like a meme inspired from a stream or something. Am I correct?
See, Angus, if you had joined my streams for more than 5 minutes, you would be all in on Tit Dragon Little Feet.
There's a tote bag and a beach towel now for Tit Dragon Little Feet, so you can bring Tit Dragon Little Feet to Whole Foods.
Stony McEnergy says, Chapter 1, Vaginal Mesh. Chapter 2, Mr. Fister. Chapter 3, Anal Prolapse.
Hire that person.
That sounds like an epic right there.
It's the Meth Gator trilogy. What are some animals you can think of? I definitely want to make like a bull shark character, because I don't know if it's crocodiles exclusive or if it's also gators, but I'm pretty sure bull sharks can like come into the Everglades, like fresh water, and cross paths. I'm trying to think of fairly realistic, or almost realistic, like crossing. Sorry, what?
Sandhill crane.
Sandhill crane. Ooh. Crane.
Well,
dinosaurs.
As was pointed out in the article, geese are motherfuckers.
Yes.
So you pump geese full of something, you might have a problem on your hands.
Stony Introduction continues the chapter. He says, Chapter 4, The Death of the Author. 5, Burn After Reading. 6, this book was a war crime.
The only book banned by the Geneva Convention.
The Pope, no, it comes out the Pope condemns meth gator. Oh man, I would love for something to get condemned by the Pope, like AC/DC. I think when John Paul II was in, he condemned AC/DC. And it's like that's just they're fucking metal, dude. Like that's just gonna sell more records, you know? Like
Yeah, I don't think it'll be condemned by this Pope.
oh, I don't know. He's a commie, to say the least.
Yeah, he's off his rocker.
He's actually why I plan. The problem with when I say film philosophy in the NFL, I talk NFL and streams, but it's hard to like make controlled content, or whatever, about it. And with philosophy, most stuff I want to discuss is like atheism-based stuff. It's like, how do I come across it when our side is very much right-leaning and/or Christian? Because a lot of people get triggered if you don't, fit the bill all the time with what they think, and I don't want to come across like, oh, it's atheist, like fuck him, I want you to think, hear my points, because I'm not anti-Christian. And there's this interesting book called To Change the Church, where it's this faithful Catholic who believes in the papacy and stuff, but is critical of the Pope, at least the person. And it's interesting, and it's funny, a lot of the things he points out are, it's like, yeah, I didn't know that much, but yeah, that's why I left. So yeah, I don't know. That's something I want to address at some point. I need to reread the book, get all my notes. I don't know. Maybe it'll mean something to someone. But talking about the Pope just made me think of that.
All right.
Good stuff.
Meth gator.
Yeah, man.
Packing on launch.
Well, it may not be condemned by the Pope, but it'll probably get the next best thing. It will be condemned by Edwin Boyette.
Oh yes.
Oh my God! You know what? I need to have. I need to figure out who I'd want to have like Soy Boy cameo to get like just punched the fuck out by Meth Gator, or rips their head off and just eats them or something. and then they'll be cherries and be like, "This book is a hate crime."
Well, I mean, you're
I
not
smell a Captain Marvel crossover.
Yeah, I was thinking like, how could I incorporate, because I was joking about like adapting this to a film. It's like, dude, like pay like Brie Larson like $10 million, and then like she just gets killed in Terminator like the first minute. One moment.
Do, 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 do.
Whoa. Speaking of hand checks, I've learned how to do it with my thighs.
There is a weird story behind that statement.
Sorry, what?
There's a weird story behind every man of sex statement.
Well, this has been an interesting night.
Sorry, what was?
I can't.
You have to watch The Lion King now.
Let me tell you, when I have to go into work, I dread it since that movie has come out, because I've got some asshole who comes out and they go, "So, what do you think of The Lion King?" And I've been scolded by my bosses several times not to give my opinions anymore, because I'm honest. Well, I'll give you an example. When Captain Marvel came out and then like Avengers came out, someone would go up and they'd be like, "I want a ticket to Captain Marvel." And I'd be like, "You mean Avengers?" And they were like, No, I'm going to see Captain Marvel." I go, "No, you meant Avengers." They were like, "No, I want a ticket to Captain Marvel." And I go, "Here's your ticket to Avengers. Enjoy." And I also put pictures of Goose the Cat all over the posters.
Hey, Goose the Cat. I theorized that Goose the Cat would be the saving grace for the Avengers, that he would bite the hand of Thanos and save the day. You know, he'd be the unsung hero. Feline Americans would finally have representation. Crazy cat ladies would rejoice in the theater that they cleared with their urine smell. Yeah, it'd be a glorious day. Mini hairballs would be coughed up in joy.
You cheesing, bro?
I want Goose for president 2020. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know what's funny too is I if I recall, I think I think Goose the cat was actually a female on screen, except for like the stunts, if you will, or what have you. Sometimes they would swap out for a male cat, which is just funny because like even in the cat kingdom, you know, men are the better actors. We gotta smash the cat patriarchy.
I was reading an article, and actually the scenes with Brie Larson, Goose the cat, had to be CGI, and his real name is Reggie. I'm a big advocate for Reggie. They had to swap him out with a CGI cat because Brie Larson is allergic to cats. So if you want to stop Captain Marvel, you don't need to be all powerful. You just need to throw a cat at her. So,
Yeah.
fun fact.
See, I'm catching up on the chat before I'll have to go in a few minutes. Stoney Energy says, you want to see some crazy shit? Google the mantis shrimp. Fuckers can split a crab in one punch. Mantis shrimp. Interesting. Writing that down.
You know what a mantis shrimp is?
No.
Oh, that's so cool. They punch so fast that it creates heat bubbles that are hotter than the sun, and evaporates water, or something close to that.
I'm gonna say, like, I think the Earth would lose life if a lot of these things were out punching hotter than the sun.
Not at the size it's at, and it's underwater.
Well, again, it's evaporating water around it. So if you had, like that would end the Earth and evaporate all liquid, I would assume. See, Sonic Energy says, okay, what the fuck happened? I missed like 2 streams of silly Edwin is the devil. Brad Noble informed us EVS took a run at Edwin.
Sure
now,
did.
do you mean like diarrhea or like a jab at him, his person? Please keep me updated.
No, he's been called out. I got it right here if you want it.
Yeah, he's been called out.
Yeah, inform us, Red Gaze.
He just quote tweeted him and told him, if you have proof that War Campaign has doxed and not just privately joked about it, bring it forth or stop slandering these customers, brother Edwin. Hail EVS.
Nice. Joe Frogger says the Pope rebukes War Campaign. Well,
He also left CG, so it doesn't matter.
time to get mean, Pope Francis. Well, I don't think he'd mind. There's definitely Catholic jokes to be had since he is the supreme priest. There's a lot of priest, jokes. Don't think he'd mind the dicks.
Yeah, but they're not boy dicks.
Oh,
Just saying.
yeah. We
Oh,
only.
yeah.
That would be illegal to put on memes.
Yeah, in Colorado especially.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Colorado.
But no, Gaze, what time is your stream tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 9:00. Be
AM?
there. PM. We have Adam AF is going to do a stream 10 o'clock, I believe. Doodle and Chills at 2 o'clock. I'm not sure which channel that's going to be on yet. And mine is always at 9 p.m. unless things change.
Okay. I'll try to be on, dude. I always try to be on. It's just, I work every day. I get up at like 4:35, go to sleep like 10. So that's the hold up with streaming with you at times. Who do you got planned?
At the moment, I don't think there's a big plan. I did talk to Adam Post. I know he'd like to come back on, so I'll probably invite him. But it's usually Simon. Man of Sex occasionally makes an appearance.
Yeah, if I'm told to not hold my tongue.
Well, the idea for this was to promote comic books, and it got a little out of hand on one particular stream. So we've decided to rein it back in a little bit.
4 a.m.
Yeah. Man of Sex, I would suggest perhaps promote eggplants if you have to divert anywhere else from.
Well, I have the meme police stuff, and then I have some friends books I'll be promoting soon. So
Yeah, Moss, when are you streaming again? I haven't seen one of your meme factories in a while.
well, I was on Jason Starr's show and ended up getting rescheduled, so that's why I wasn't on this week. But usually it's Thursday at 6 p.m.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you got rebuked.
Yeah, I got rebuked and off of YouTube.
The stream was rebuked.
Straight off of YouTube.
Jeff Yarmouth saying what's up. Just being gay, like normal. Yeah, that's all I got.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I missed it. Oh, Sonny Introduce says, when they announced the Lion King movie remake, I was excited for all the new porn, but after all I've heard, I don't even want to look.
I understand James Earl Jones sounds very tired in that movie.
Yeah, I saw a trailer and I'm just like, wait, that's Mufasa. Like, dumbest thing, you recast everyone, but then you recast James Earl Jones. Like, what's the fucking point then? Why don't you just take his original recordings? That'd make it a lot easier for the CGI people too. You just CGI over the fucking cartoon.
Yeah. Honestly, I think between that and Star Wars, they just need to leave that poor man alone. Like, we have the technology now. You can just recreate a James Earl. You can recreate his voice. You don't need to bother the old man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keel over any day now.
Shit, we can get Red Gaze on there and auto-tuned as James Earl Jones. Maybe Black Angus.
Yeah, man. I've done a Mean Vader or two.
I don't know. I don't think I could pull off.
With the auto-tune, you can.
Well, yeah. Yeah. The guy who plays Grievous in the Clone Wars, he was just like some producer or director or something, and he just retooled himself for a voice actor for that role, and it worked.
They recorded him underwater.
I thought there was something. I guess I already saw it. Any last words, chat panel before we go?
Yeah. You mind if I show some books for friends?
I do. Don't. No, I'm joking.
Fine. I'm not going to show your book with the vaginal mesh.
I can't wait to listen.
Every book is vaginal mesh.
I can't wait to listen to the thing, and then you're always like, vaginal mesh, Black Panther. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Black Angus will keep you safe.
Rest assured.
Back Blood Hunt, and you can actually find Blood Hunt by going to titdragonlittlefeet.com. That brings you to Blood Hunt's website.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I bought that for him.
I'm looking that shit up right as soon as we get off.
31 Days at Dick's is coming to a close. Thank you for everyone that donated towards test of cancer awareness. And back Ardana, back Work the Wizard. And if you go to my website, manofsex.com, I have all the Meme Police merch there. So, and that's it.
What about you, Zod?
Yeah. So, tonight we will have late nights with Zod and PB. Got some reviews coming out on the new movies that just dropped. Got one for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So go and check that out. And every night we have a stream from midnight until whenever we just start talking about porn. Then it's time to end.
Oh,
so,
no, that's when you should begin.
basically when Lethal jumps on.
Yeah, that's
we bonded through our knowledge of porn.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the thing I tell people. It's like being bi is great because I got a whole the whole catalog of Pornhub and whatever site is available to me. It's of course there's preference, of course, but yeah, it's very liberating. So yeah, I could definitely add to that conversation.
Oh yeah. I'll be on, but we're pretty late night, so whenever you don't sleep, man, I'll send you a link and have you on. But yeah, it's great fun. We talk about all sorts of stuff. We cover real news story, but with a satire kind of feel to it. So come and check us out, and you'll have a great time.
Awesome. Rookie Critic.
Been working on the Rookie's Quest trilogy as we speak, as we've been streaming. That's why I've been kind of quiet. So that's what I got. Trying to get that out on the due dates.
Nice. Did I
And
get everybody?
some pizza.
No. You forgot the gays community. How dare you?
Man.
How
Well,
dare
I
you?
mean, fuck. You're still further down on the Pressure Olympics because you're the gays community and Memeslamic. I'm just Memeslamic. I'm a black. I'm an Angus of color, but I don't know. I don't think that's as oppressed as gays and Memeslamic.
Absolutely not. That's why everyone should get down with the gays agenda. Come check it out. Join it. Be one with the gays agenda. Put it in your back hole and leave it there.
It's funny. People don't know if you go to Red Gays. He started the gays community. It's like for the longest time, I was like, dude, I think I bugged you for like a month. Like, you really need to spin this. Like, make your, Overlord Doomcock's got his Dominions. You got Soy Boys and the membership and all that with the EVS. You got War Campaign, Centurions and Valkyries. I'm sure other people got other stuff. You got Geeks and Gamers, which I guess you're a geek and gamer if you follow. You're a bullshitter. But the gays community, like that's, especially it was during Pride Month. I'm like, you got to use this to your advantage. And then out of nowhere, I check a gays video. I'm like, oh shit, he did it! Like, I was so happy.
Well, between you and Moss, I've become very comfortable embracing the gays.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. But no, I appreciate all y'all in the chat. Appreciate the panel. If I'm going to show anybody, I'd just say subscribe to War Campaign if you haven't already. Great streams Wednesdays and Sundays because War Campaign is a faith that is oppressed and underrepresented. Their link is in the description for Fandom Collective channels. Go sub to War Campaign and have your back hole be taken. There's I love it. I had a Twitter interaction. There's someone trying to say like, the Greeks weren't as gay as everyone makes them out to be. Like, Plato said this about that, and it's like, pretty sure he said you can't trust women, and that's why you should be gay. And I was like, there's no greater love than offering your back hole to a fellow man. He's like, gross. And I'm like, no, brother, I just had mini wheats. I assure you, it's safe to enter the danger zone. Because Top Gun just had the trailer. So, I had the Top Gun meme. He never replied. I don't know. There's a lot of people that they're reactionary to the gayness, but I really think they're just closeted and afraid. And we're just a bit aggressive, saying, "Hey, get out of that closet and give me your back hole."
Ugly.
Yeah, get some more gayness in your life. Sub to War Campaign, and hey, Moss, tell Ro and Pan and Gat to get you on. I haven't seen you on War Campaign stream in a while. You need to be there and get the gays agenda on there as well. I think it would be amazing.
For reals.
I'll ask though.
Yeah. So thanks again. Sub to War Campaign. Check out everything that they said in these channels. Have a great night. See you Wednesday. Next Wednesday. I'll be having Merry Mayhem for Utter Chaos episode 21. Finally able to drink on those streams. I did anyway. But yeah, it'll be legal this time. And Zod, thanks for coming on a mainly War Campaign stream. Take care, everybody.